My submission basically is that this is 2025, and for a long time I've been seeing your live stream, but I just listen from the comment section sometimes. That's because me, things relating to tribe usually does not fascinate or impress
Where
me.
where are you from?
To
Where
be
are you from?
neutral.
Where are you from?
Where I'm from, I'm in South Africa,
I didn't say where are you. Where are you from?
River State.
Okay, what ethnicity are you in the River State?
I'm Ikwere.
You are Ekwere. Are you Igbo?
Yeah. Ikwere is sometimes are considered Igbos.
Leave them. No, you. Are you Igbo?
Of course, we speak Igbo dialect.
Are you Igbo?
Yes.
Okay. This is what Zeke was saying. That all of us, we are one Nigeria, but it will be using his Igbo thing. Igbo thing. It was pushing that Igbo. It was in the early 1940s that people woke up. Yoruba people woke up after about 20 years of being nationalists. After about 20 years of being nationalists, they woke up to the reality of the Igbo takeover of Nigerian politics. Let's say it as it is. It started in 1938, and the person who spearheaded it was Zeke. And by 46, when he became the head of NCNC, which was not an Igbo party, what did he do? He Igbolized the party. Is it good or bad? That's not my business. My point is that that's what has happened in history. The people who tell you to forget your ethnicity are the ones who are going to make whatever you have their own by making the ethnic group the major people in that thing that you are doing together. There's nothing like detribalized Nigeria. It doesn't exist. There's nothing like detribalized Nigerian. As a Nigerian, if you are a sane Nigerian, you will be proud of where you are from. You'll not be saying you are South African or maybe you're even living inside MBC. The point is, you are proud of your identity. It doesn't mean that you are not a Nigerian. What our fathers taught in the 1920s and 30s, as a matter of fact, they started early 20th century, right? And then but it became very strong in the 1910s and 1920s. What they thought was that being Nigerian and being Yoruba were not incompatible. In other words, you can be both. What some people came with was, oh, we are the ones who are supposed to be leading. And that's what you see in Azikiwe's writings in the 30s, late 30s. 38, 39, 40, 41. I've read it here before. The things from the West African pilot that was publishing at the time. By 46, he had become the president of NCNC after the demise of Albert Macaulay. What did he do? What he did was to engineer an ethnic takeover of the NCNC. It happened in the East, and then it happened in Lagos, and then it happened all across the nation. The point is this: be proud of where you're from. What my elders thought, which I believe in, is the fact that I can be Nigerian and Yoruba. Because number one, think about it, what's the Nigerian culture? And if you notice what they do, this nonsense that they're carrying all over the place, anything that is Yoruba, they'll make it Nigerian. If it's from their place, they'll call it theirs. The most basic things that you could share with others, they will make sure they make it known that it belongs to them. But everything that's Yoruba is Nigerian. What's Nigerian culture? Think about it for a second. What is Nigerian culture? Is there a Nigerian wedding? Do we have a Nigerian wedding for real? Or are we actually just deceiving ourselves using Yoruba as Nigerian, just to make ourselves feel good? What's the Nigerian music that all over the world? Which one is really the one that we're celebrating? Where's the Ashwebi from? What's Owambe? This is how it starts. Detribalized. Before you know now, Owambe is Lagos culture, but Lagos is no man's land. Therefore, Owambe belongs to no man. Lagos is no man's land. Owambe is Lagos culture. Therefore, Owambe belongs to no man. If Lagos becomes the center of the thing that you're pushing out into the world, and you make Lagos belongs to nobody and is detribalized, it means that everything that you have put into that thing belongs to everybody. But what he is coming from his own lungu, belongs to him. And when you speak, you're a tribalist, you're a bigot. My question is, why are you not just proud of what is yours and contribute it? I'll contribute what is mine. You can share what's mine. You can take, I don't mind sharing. It's just that you don't understand sharing. You are a thief. And the reason is because you have a scarcity mindset. You think scarcity, I think abundance, I can share. We can all win. We can all succeed. This is the politics of your people. Every time you do things is to corner everything and destroy people along the way and just make sure that you're the ones in charge. And everybody says the same thing about you. It's not that they are hating. I used to think they hated you, sincerely. I used to think, I was like, this is too much now. Until I read. And I was like, 1/10 of what I've read, I can't say. 1/10 of what I have read about the activities of Igbo politicians in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, I can't say. And why can't I say it? Because the one where they talk, say they call me tribalist. And guess what? I don't care. Because you know that I'm not even against you. It's just that you are a thief. Your definition of sharing is that you become the owner. Or that you use my stuff without acknowledging that I'm the one who actually made it. Whenever you have a group of people who hate the idea of acknowledgement, responsibility, who would rather appropriate than acknowledge, that's a group of thieves. That's a group of thieves. People should be telling you, don't come to me and tell me about it. If there's any word I hate, like I said, I don't use the word hate frivolously, but if there's any word I hate, is the word detribalized. What does it mean? It means lose who you are and let me steal what you have. There's nothing like that. And Yoruba people are the only one that hear that message. You are the only group that has to bear with it. Tell this person to go to Kaduna and go and tell them. If he leaves that place with his head on his neck, that means he didn't go to Kaduna. He went to his own people there. You don't say this to the Northerners. What audacity do you guys have to be pushing this nonsense? You want to be detribalized? You are in 2025. Can you say this? Do you think an Irish person will say that to an English person? Or an English person to the Irish? Or English person to the Scottish? And by the way, I think we also have to, maybe, Jesus is Lord. See guys, this thing is not a Nigerian problem. It's not even a problem. It's not a Nigerian reality. It's a human reality. It's a question of identity. It's the definition of who you are in the world. As you move through this earth, who are you? And the sense of identity that you have is what is removed in the name of being detribalized. Don't fall for it. It's not unity, it's erasure. Unity is not threatened by uniqueness. Do you know what really is threatened by uniqueness? Uniformity. What they are looking for is not unity. Do you know what? I've read Nigerian materials on Nigerian politics, and I can tell you something. Since the 30s, one word that has continuously featured in our conversations has been a very interesting word called unity. People will kill and use the word unity. They will steal and use the word unity. They will appropriate and use the word unity. What? Whenever they use that word, please always ask them what it means. Do I want to unite with you? I think I'm actually united with you. It's just that you don't understand what unity means. You think unity means I should allow you to take what doesn't belong to you. Unity for you means that you should be able to come to my place and do whatever you like. Meanwhile, this same person who is looking for unity, he will never allow a Fulani man to do that in his region. Is Fulani not a human being? I didn't want to ask Bishop because I've asked several of you. It's the same answer I get. Can a Fulani man come and own this thing? Can a Fulani man do this thing in the East? That's when you begin to hear nonsense. We don't mind unity, but we don't want erasure. And if you really, really are serious about this unity that, remove every tribe, let the person from Anambra and the person from Mbise and the person from Ebonyi, Abakaliki, let them be able to talk and say they are Igbo without anybody telling anyone that one person is better than the other. Even amongst your people, you don't have the same identity. about it for crying out loud. Amongst a group, you have, I mean, again, every group has issues. There's no perfect ethnic group in Nigeria. So this is not I'm not throwing shade at anything. I'm just saying that if in your group you are having to bicker about who is the real Igbo and who is not the real Igbo, and you're the only one who is always talking to us about uniting Nigeria, have you even united your own group? Why not let charity begin at home? Unite your people. Remove this difference where you are Ungwa, you are Ambise, you are Abakaliki, you are Wawa. Remove those things first. And I'm not even talking about Osu. I'm not talking about the caste system. But that one is even second. That's even do worse. It's amazing. How do you gaslight? I mean, do you know a lot of young people, a lot of young Nigerians are falling for this nonsense? We are detribalized. And the group that's always preaching that thing has structural problems at home. Oh, I'm running away from some things because somebody says, I'm a boy. I think you just made a point. They came in the other day, say, oh, they changed name of street in Lagos. They changed name of street in Lagos. What happened to Abakaliki Road in Anambra? They changed the name of that place to Club Road. The first man that lived on that street was an Abakaliki man. Why did they change it? There was a woman who bought a house who bought land and built a house in Anambra. Why was her house demolished? And guess what? These interesting personalities would never say anything about those people becoming one. Unite. Charity begins at home. And I think we are united enough for in Nigeria. There's nothing that, what else? Maybe I should even be asking people, what do people want? You are in local government, you are trading all over Nigeria. Nobody is chasing you away. Nobody has issues with you. Nobody is saying you cannot be here. Excuse me. Nobody is saying you cannot be here. Nobody's, you are selling and buying and living amongst the people. What else do you want? See, if this is coming from a people who have been denied of opportunities, who are not allowed in government circles, then you'll be like, oh, okay, that's why. But what is it? What does it mean? The idea of the tribalized unite, what does it mean? We listened to one of you guys last time. Billionaire, that victim thing is still there. It's the same region where a federal government parastatal had less than 900 posts, right? And of the 900, 65 went to Enugu, 811 went to Anambra. You are the one teaching me about the tribalized. Are you joking? 811 plus 65 is 876 out of less than 900. Waiting remain one Anambra, one Bayelsa, one Kinikon, two, one across Nigeria. Are we joking? And do I have a problem with you having 811 Anambra people in your place? I don't. What's my business? See, anything you like to do at home, do it. It's your right. If they allow you, do it. But you have lost the right to be the one to be telling the rest of us how to live. I mean, based on your own antecedents. Let's stop this thing. And if you notice, I'm also trying not to say some things because if you're looking for a trigger word, that's one of those trigger words, detribalize. I hate that word. Because those who use it share nothing with others. Then when you talk, like say, oh, but we have somebody in our place, they'll be looking for this tokenism. They'll be giving tokenism. Oh, there is this person here that we know. There's this Yoruba person, one obscure example. Unity means live, thrive. If we have something to work together to achieve, we'll work together. That's it. That's where it ends. Unity doesn't even allow you to get into my politics because your mindset is a mindset of a thief. And I say that with no apologies because there's a consistency to this madness since the 1930s. You can't continue like that. Change, evolve, like every other human being. Somebody says, then divide. Bishop, are you still there? Then divide Nigeria if you can't live with each other. Why should I be the one to divide Nigeria? You say you're a bishop. Do you not teach your members responsibility? Are you a beggar? Why must you always beg people to do for you what you really want done? Can't you do it? Are you incapacitated? Do you not have a sound mind? Can't you do it? You have 58 representatives in Abuja, 15 senators for that small space, 15 senators, 43 representatives. That's 58. Are you really telling me that not one of the 58 can push this thing in the parliament? Why must I be the one to help you divide it? What happened to your representatives? Are they not collecting money in Abuja? Are they not there with their friends? This clown calling himself bishop said no true Christian talk tribe. Yet to talk about the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Are you dumb? You know what, guys? Give me a second. No, what tribe is Paul from? Bishop, be answering in the comments. I can't bring you up. You're just going to. We know Paul was from the tribe of Benjamin. What was it important for Paul to tell the world that was from the tribe of Benjamin? And yet you say no Christian can talk about tribe. I'm a Christian. Why is it that in the Old Testament all the priests must come from the tribe of Levi? Why? If you are looking for a person to use Christianity to, it's not me. You've been reading this Bible before you were in that enemy. Some of you probably just jump from one beer parlor inside church. You carry Bible, you say you are pastor. You are telling me. You are telling me that Christians don't talk about tribe. And yet, in trying to understand the lineage of Christ, we have to refer to his ethnicity, to his tribe. Why did Paul evoke his Roman citizenship when he was arrested by this and imprisoned by the centurion? Why? Again, if you're a Christian, you're Yoruba, and they bring all this nonsense about Christianity, they don't know jack. What he knows is the verse that will push his ethnic agenda, not the Bible. You want to tell me about the Bible? You know what? You say I should bring you up. Let me bring you up. Guys, let's have some relief. Oh boy, we don't carry title of bishop, but trust me, Bishop on Sunday school. In other words, when I was in Sunday school, I know more that you said Christians don't talk about tribe. I'm asking you, why did Paul say it was from the tribe of Benjamin? You said something about the new creation. Was Paul not a new creation at the time we were talking about being from the tribe of Benjamin? Why do we say Jesus is the Lion of the tribe of Judah? How many tribes came out of Jacob? Let's talk Bible, but don't come and be shouting as if this is not on the Chame market. Let's talk like sensible human beings, okay? So you can unmute now. Let's talk. If you're unmute, so that you just open your mic. I said I don't cause. Okay.
Only if you know I don't even know Southeast or go to Southeast. But because you're such a tribal bigot, you think anybody you meet must be from Onitsha or from.
I want to read the scripture. Revelation 7 verse 9. After these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude which no one could number. Thank you, Adekunle Olugboja on YouTube. After these things I looked, and behold, a great multitude which no one could number, of all nations, tribes, peoples, and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, with palm branches in their hands. Revelation 7 verse 9. On the last day, all tribes, there is no detribalize anybody. Toba son or son of a You're a Christian. Don't let anybody gaslight you with Christianity. Use Christianity. I'm a Christian and I'm a proud Christian. But guess what? I'm Yoruba. I'm not the tribalized Christian. I'm a Yoruba and I'm a Christian. And both are not incompatible. Even God recognizes. Bible says in Acts that he himself designed the boundaries of different nations. The point is, nobody, Because again, I think this is also a problem for Yoruba Christians, right? Saying what you should do, your Christianity will show in the way you do it, not in the fact that you will stop being Yoruba because you want to prove a point that you're a Christian to another brother who doesn't understand boundaries. Let me read that scripture on boundaries. Sorry, guys, we are going to church. If I don't be sorry, you are going to like it. I'll find the scripture. It's in the book of Acts. They'll come, if they don't use killing, they'll use religion, they'll use this, they'll use that, because we're all Christians. Acts 17 verse 26. And he, speaking of God, has made from one blood every nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth, and he has determined their pre-appointed times and the boundaries of their dwellings. If where you are from, they didn't teach you that, and you think being a Christian means the erasure of uniqueness, then you don't know who you are dealing with. Why did we have the kind of change that happened in the late 19th century in Yoruba land? Christians in Europe, I mean, this is over 100 years ago. It's not retards that are coming here to be telling me about Bible that you don't know. Tell me about Christianity and tribes. Kilo more. Because you don't carry title, bishop of what? Towards the late 19th century, Yoruba Christians began to work on asserting their Yorubaness without denying their Christian faith. And guess what? They succeeded. By 1901, they created the African church in Breadfruit. It's in Lagos Island. It's still there. 1901. At that time, your people were just becoming Christians, thanks to the work of people like Ajayi Crowther. Guys, I hate when people use faith to steal things. They'll look for verses that people like this is money, prayer, those kind of things I think you should be doing, and your customers will come if they are dull. God recognizes our differences. He recognizes that we are all different. He wants us to do well. And what my fathers did in the late 19th century is not retards that came out of some bush last year. They'll be telling me about what Christianity really means. Do you know what they did? They said, we're going to sing Yoruba songs. We're going to preach in Yoruba language, similar to what Martin Luther had done in Germany. When he said we're not just going to be using Latin to preach, we want to be able to use the language of the common people. Because before then, it was all about Latin. Latin was it was the language of the Vatican, of Roman Catholic Church. And so he rediscovered that by asserting his German heritage and also holding on to his Christian values and Christian faith. That's what my own fathers did in the late 19th century. Where were your parents then? Even in Christian circles, when we talk about certain churches, we think of certain nations. If I mention Lutheran Church, let's even do this very quick exercise. If I mention Lutheran Church, what's the name of the country that comes to mind? If I mention Lutheran Church, this is Christianity. We're just doing small Christian talk because these things are not usually answered, especially by pastors. Maybe they're also trying to, I don't know, German. So if I say Lutheran Church, you think of Germany. Thank you. If I mention Church of England, well, I mean, the answer is already there. If you say Church of England, I'm sure you know, of course, that's England. If I mention Presbyterian Church, what's the country that comes to mind? Thank you. Yes, Anglican Church of England, English. Yes. If I say Presbyterian, there's a church a church will come to mind. Scotland. Thank you. If I say Reformed, well, it's not as popular, but I think it's popular among certain people. You should know it. I mean, if I say Reformed, you think of Geneva. That's John Calvin. The point is that even amongst us as Christians, we know that certain groups created certain flavor. Whether it's the Anabaptists or if I say Methodism, for instance, you think of a particular place, right? If I say Methodism, you think of England, right? The point is that we are Christians doesn't mean that our uniqueness should be lost. If I mention C and S, what will you think of? It's not Niger, it's Yoruba, SED lines. That's the mistake. When I said Methodism, you said England. You didn't say the UK. When I said CNS, you said Nigerian. Why would you say Nigeria? Why not Yoruba? It's Yoruba. If I mention Celestial Church, if I mention CAC, if I mention Redeemed, Winners, and I'm not trying to use tribe to destroy anything. I'm trying to explain to you how the flavor, your ethnic cultural flavor will reflect in your faith. Unless you have become, unless you were made a tabula rasa, that you had nothing, they're just imprinting something on you. That's why with all the English we speak in our churches in Yoruba land, we play Yoruba music. We play gangan. You don't see gangan inside the Church of England. But you see gangan in the Anglican Church in Yoruba land. Why? Because your cultural expression will show in what you're doing. Well, when you become a detribalized thing, what does that mean? You lose all those things because you are trying to please another ethnic group who are very proud, by the way, of their own cultural expressions. So even though we know what this is, I was born in CNS. I'm very proud of being Yoruba. I'm a charismatic Pentecostal. I'm very proud of being Yoruba. They're not mutually exclusive. So when people come in the name of being bishop or whatever, and then they start telling you things about, oh, you know, we are, as a Christian, you cannot be talking about tribe. Ask him, where is Jesus from? Ask him where Paul is from. Again, I did a session a long time ago. Was Paul a Yoruba man? I put it in the Telegram. I put it in. It's on the YouTube channel. If you study Paul, you almost think he was Yoruba. I'm not saying ethnically. I'm talking about the way he moved. He wasn't ashamed. This was a man that's called the apostle to the Gentiles. When he's with them, I tell you, there's neither Jew nor Greek. But that's to get all of us to Christ. But in actual fact, when it comes to things that have to be done, he will tell you that I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. When I was talking to his own people, the Hebrews, he said, I'm a Hebrew of Hebrews. Pertaining to the law, guiltless or without guile. That is a Christian. Also, I cannot say I'm Yoruba because it will not look like I'm really a Christian. You know, so all of us want to be comfortable around each other now, because meanwhile, this clown will hear that somebody is English and Christian. He has no problem with it. Why? Because the person is white. Now, you know, if you are white, you are higher than them. You've got to really understand this thing. They are not mutually exclusive. You are a Christian. You are a staunch, you are a proud Yoruba man. And discuss Yoruba philosophy. I can tell you things that are inside Yoruba, and I'm still a Christian by faith, in my faith and my spirituality. My spirituality is Christian. My philosophy is a potpourri of different things. There's Greek in it, there's Yoruba in it, there's English in it, because of course we are exposed to different things. But it's important to say these things. Be proud. You go to, there's a church in Ikorodu. I won't mention the ethnic group. They overtook that church, brought in equipment from their hometown. That's the only thing they play in that church today. It's an Anglican church. And the people are not Yoruba. If I should know, this is part of the session. Trust me, it's part of the lecture. I'm not doing this because, again, make no mistakes, I'm doing this because somebody came here. I'm doing this because it's important to be said, especially to Yoruba Christians. Our fathers made it very clear. And they said this to the British. And we're going to have a session where I'm going to discuss these things. When they started having issues with the fact that the first African bishop, Ajayi Crowther, by the way, Ajayi Crowther was the very first African to become a bishop in CMS, in the Anglican Church. By the time they had issues with him and taking orders from him, the Yoruba people had to start speaking up. Why do you have issues with this person if we are all brothers in Christ? That means that there's something about your identity that is somewhere in there. And they made it very clear. We're Christians who believe in this thing. This is our faith, but we're Yoruba. And they change a lot of things in that sense. And that's the thing that Yoruba Christians who are Yoruba should understand. Don't hate anybody. I'm not hating you. I don't have any problem with you, but that I will lose what I have that my parents gave to me because I am a Christian, or because we are all in one Nigeria. That will not happen. I can share with you, But I will stop sharing once I discover that you really want to steal, because that's your real goal. So defend your faith as a Christian. And again, there are some extreme also say, if you're Yoruba, you cannot be a Christian. You don't know anything. One was writing on YouTube earlier today, all this foreign religion. Christianity is not a foreign religion in Yoruba land. If you know the work that has been done in the last 100 years to domesticate Christianity, you would never say it's a foreign religion. If you cannot call Christianity a foreign religion in England, you can't call it a foreign religion in Yoruba land. Because people think of England now and say, oh, Christianity is England, is English religion. They are the ones that own it. They don't own it. It got to them. They domesticated it. It got to us. We domesticated it. And so you can have us speak, for instance, and we say things that a Christian from another nation may not understand, because even if we are speaking English language, our frame of reference is Yoruba. Things are deeper than all this be detribalised because you're a Christian. That's why are we not all one Nigeria? Not that kind of one Nigeria, be detribalised. Are you not a did you know what he did? Did you notice what he did? He started with being Nigeria. That did not work. He now said Christian. He now used Christian. Maybe because he saw something on my bio. Christians are not supposed to be like this.